The MA wings, fun and fast. Early lift with amazing top end speed. Great crossover for different sports, mostly for winging and kite floating. So while the HAs have a really high-end speed and our reflex wings have a lower stall speed, the MAs seem to be that middle of the range, kind of medium aspect wing that has a really nice balance of speed, bottom end and top end. Ollie, can you tell us a little bit more about the MA wings?
Yes, so that's where we position them and where we target them. We wanted really to have that wing that does it all. So that's what the MA wings do for us. They cover the bottom end of the speed range as well as the top end of the speed range. They're really nice position there in the center.
Yeah, I'm blown away by just when you're riding the MAs, how easy they are, how well they track, and more importantly, how they're not too sensitive on your front and rear foot pressure. Makes it a lot easier to ride them.
Yeah, it makes it quite intuitive. You know, you get away with a lot of faults in your riding. You know, they make up for what you miss.
And Ollie, the different sizes here, we've got 1350, 12 and 1050. Do you want to start with the 1050, talking about how it differs from the other wings?
Mm-hmm. The 1050 is actually a little bit the underdog in the MAs because it is quite a high performer. It does not look like much, judging it from the numbers, being an mid aspect ratio wing. However, it performs in the top end segment quite well. It comes very, very close to the HA wings, which are more specialized wings than the MA wings, where the MAs are more all-round wing.
I'm amazed at the top end speed of the 1050. You know, it's getting pretty close there to the HAs, hey?
Yes, it is really pushing the upper speed range.
But it still has a very reasonably low stall speed.
It has a low stall speed, but it's also super stable. What is unique for the range of the MA wings is the pitch stability of the wings. That has to do with the profile section we've chosen. It's quite a neutral profile, which provides you with that stable ride.
And the MAs definitely have a lower stall speed compared to the HAs.
For sure. You can definitely, if you look at the speed spectrum a little bit, the HA wings are really at the top of the speed spectrum, where the MA wings sit in the middle of the speed spectrum. So hence they have a lower stall speed. So
Ollie, tell us a little bit more about the MA1200.
Yeah, so the MA1200, that's the perfect wing if you're around the 80 kg mark. That will be your go-to wing if you're a little bit advanced, the rider. If you're past the beginner stage, that will cover you most of the days.
Yeah, it's definitely sort of a rider around about that 80 kilogram mark. Then in comparison to the 1350, I guess that's a bigger rider.
Yes, I would assume if you have 10 kg more, around 90 kg, you would choose in the lighter wind conditions the 1350. However, as soon as the wind picks up a little bit, somebody in that range would then also swap over to the MA1200 or the 1050.
And the turning, how do you find the difference in turning speed between the 1312 and the 1050?
Well, being mid-aspect, they all turn very nicely because you have a reduced span area. But for sure, smaller wings will turn faster than the bigger wings. But for their size, they feel really easy to whip around.